GRRRR. Number 1, number 3. Grass River, 3 R's. Grass River Railroad. Why they didn't do G?
this. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. And let me get my screen turned on here. There we go. Alrighty. Here we are. And that dinging you here is the notifications for the chat room, regular chat room. I guess I need to shut those off sometime. Alright, let's see. We got Dan, Brad Anderson from Down Under, Ken Amos, Dwight, how you doing? Randy, Lee Bulkler, you just popped in. Last night on Eastern time, huh? You going back home finally? Dwight. Let's see, we got a guest, and it kind of looked like Josh.
There we go.
Yeah, this is Eric Hudson. I'm on my phone right now because I just don't have my computer with me right now.
Okay. Mr. Bob, how you doing?
Oh, doing well. Just kind of everything like my computer's gone nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's everything going with this group? I haven't been on for a long time.
Not too bad. Yeah, just the usual.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Lord, how you doing?
Getting there.
Yeah. Now we got Ron Strange of Things just popped in. 3 rail. What's going on? Dan said he'd join in a bit, but he had too much racket. He's got some real noisy cats. Lamping through. John Dealey. They just popped in. For those who have forgotten, we do have the shows running simultaneously on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Ron said trains and things. He's multitasking. The Chiefs are playing. You're back, Bob.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with my camera. It's not going through the way it's supposed to, but as long as I have something, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I've had a busy week this week.
What'd you do?
I've been on twice this week.
Oh, okay.
I did a show Tuesday night and then got one tonight. I was looking at my schedule, see where I got vacation.
I hope it's paid vacation.
Yeah, well, you know, Bill, no.
Yeah.
Well, last time I saw that, Lord, you had at least two pieces. Now you're painting it in one piece.
Was it last night? No, it was Tuesday. No, Tuesday night was my first piece. No, yesterday I did. Yesterday I did another piece, and today I'm doing my third, and hoping tomorrow I'll do my fourth.
Well, I'm sure a lot of these guys don't know what you're doing because 3Rail just asked what you're doing.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
I'm painting.
Painting what? What are you working on?
Let me just finish this piece here. Okay.
Warehouse.
This is a kit from N-Scale.
Okay.
N-Scale Architect. I'll just show you what one of the walls will look like. That's one of the walls.
Okay.
I've got 4 walls like that to do. It's a, we call it, it's a building against a backdrop, a flat. The flat is 5 feet long by 2 inches. Oh, here we go. Okay, gotta give myself some room here.
Okay.
Hold on. Here we go. Well, that's the building. It's 5 feet. Concrete sidings that go down and sideways. There's about 250 of those too. And then there's a brick sheet to paint and to weather. So I already weathered colored brick, weathered, and the white stuff between the bricks, the mortar. What else? Well, it's a big building and very demanding.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to go in my yard.
Okay. How many man hours are you expecting to put into it?
Let's see, it's 3. Let's say one day took about 5 hours per wall. There's 4 walls. That's 20 hours plus all the painting, the cutting, which was already done. I would advance about 100 hours.
Okay.
It's because the other thing too is that I don't like to do stuff that looks exactly like on the box.
Now, is that plastic or is it something else?
It's some type of cardboard. Like it's 1/16 thick.
Okay.
And it's not wood.
I didn't do it.
It's like a pressed cardboard.
Right.
All the bricks, all the concrete comes with an adhesive backing, so you peel it off and just stick it on.
Okay.
Some will say that with time it might unglue, so some will use glue instead. I didn't.
So if it's pressed board, how is it to, how easy is it to cut, and what do you cut it with?
Oh, my X-Acto, it's very easy to cut.
Oh, it works with the X-Acto. Okay.
Yeah, and there's already basically you just have to cut the joints, the what do you call it? What's holding the
So it's it's just it's laser cut.
Yeah.
It's just being held on by the little mini tabs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very easy to cut. And like, for example, at the bottom here, I have a choice of putting windows
Right.
or putting a garage door.
Oh, okay.
So it's that part I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So if you look at like this one, which is already done. For example, here I don't want to take out the windows because I'll be putting the building sign, right on top.
Okay.
And I haven't decided again on those doors. This is the siding. That's the thickness of the building.
Okay. That looks nice.
2 inches. The same thing with the other piece that's done. I haven't decided on the doors. So yeah, I had to paint 250 windows.
Mm-hmm.
But most of it was done with a spray can, so
Right.
much easier.
Yeah, the parts can be expensive. One of my friends, he is doing a mining building of some sort,
Yep.
and it's laser cut over 3,000 pieces. And he's barely started and he's already going nutty. So that's why I was asking those questions.
That reminds me.
All right.
Okay. Um, 300 pieces sounds like a building I just ordered from Foss Scale.
Okay, 3,000. He said his was. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Foss. I've had a few of them. I haven't touched anything yet. That's my problem. I haven't had a place to really work on anything. Plus, I recently got a new job. I'm working as a school bus driver, so it's like up at the crack of dawn, split shifts. It's like I have no energy. I'm lucky. I'm here tonight. I got to be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow again. Can't get motivated to do anything.
Yeah, so I'm working on that building. I'm working on another building with the interior.
Okay.
I love doing interiors, so the group the NMRA group that I'm part of, they asked me to do a clinic on interiors, so I got to prepare that.
Mm-hmm. What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Ottawa,
Okay.
Canada.
Okay, you're up in that range. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee range. Um, so where are you getting your interior pieces for your building then?
Most of them are scratch built,
Okay.
and like for example, I've got a barber shop, and I scratch built the chairs. They're a 1/4 inch by a 1/4 inch. So yeah, that's
Okay.
some of them no, some of them I'll get from Shapeways.
Been there.
Um, where else do I get them? I bought it all over the place. Like for example, I've got a restaurant that I ordered from Shapeways.
Yeah. Which I got hooked on Shapeways a few years back. I was working on it's still here, it's packed away of course, but I was starting to work on a it was considered a bus um facility for all different type of buses, everything from coach buses to school buses, and I was looking for interior items, all the different type of tools and items that would be in the shop because the doors were going to be open. So, but it's a good place for my source. But I'm it's always that challenge of finding the pieces for the interiors.
Sparky, the depth of the building or the width of the building is 2 inches. Yeah, Dwight, I've got patience. You know me, right?
Where's that?
Hey guys,
Hey.
got myself in here finally.
Well, so what are you working on, Dan? Anything special?
Give me 1 second here.
All right.
Show us your locomotives.
Hello. Oh, one of your buddies.
Spoiler alert.
We have been photobombed.
While we wait for Dan, this is my current project. Toy dog car, homemade. I sort of use like red and black paint that I found around the house. It's not the best, but still have certain markings on it. And my other thing that I was working on a little bit ago. Pennsylvania Road coal car.
Hey, Robert, why don't you show up? Come in.
Yeah, buddy. Join the fun.
I haven't seen your layout in a while, so
Oh, I understand.
you're supposed to throw it on the floor, Dan.
I'm about ready to kick him to the curb.
I understand Dan's frustration. We have 3 in the house, but luckily they're all sleeping right now.
You're lucky. As soon as I get home, they're right here on my printer. Both of them.
Oh.
So this is what I've been working on for the past month and a half.
Okay.
I've also got a Shapeways brand new nose. I'm trying to make all these prototypical for the Idaho Northern. And if anybody remembers the 3 locomotives that were left down in Arizona or New Mexico, these are them, unfortunately. And my plan is to actually do as good of detailing as you could do it to an HO scale locomotive. So I'm even going to try and do the safety lights that go underneath the trucks. And I just got some more details today. And I'm going to have some of the locomotives to look like the doors have been opened just after the either the conductor or the engineer had gone in to set the breaker so that the locomotive could start up.
Yeah, but are the locomotives going to be running with the doors open?
Well, I don't know yet. Some of them may just be displayable. I haven't determined on what my railroad will need. All the details. Let's see. That depends upon the rarity of them. Some of them range between $5 for, like, say the like, let's see here, like these, and then I'm just waiting for Atlas to come out with some of this stuff. These I just got today, and then I've got the GP35, GP3035. I don't think I've got them to come out with the 48 inches, but they still don't say about when they're going to come out with the rest of the line. I'm even waiting for them to come out with the parts that BMA had planned on bringing out, but they never got to bringing them out to the public yet, like the pilot plates that they were planning on bringing out. I don't think those were ever brought out yet. Okay, are you talking about these? These are the 210s that I had found from Lombard Hobbies. Both these and the doors for the high hoods, which these are the prototypicals for the road I'm planning on modeling. And these are very hard to find. So I am hoping by the end of next week to have everything done, and then hopefully we'll get to painting by the end of next month. We're hoping. But I have some of my friends' locomotives that have to take priority here in a bit. It's actually not difficult. Um, what I started doing was I took a 1/8" drill bit, and I came from the bottom side. Let me see if I can find it. On some of the Atlas GP35s and 40s, there's a little dimple underneath. And what you do is you take your I'll get it later. You take your 1/8" drill bit, you come from the bottom side and drill it through all the way through till you pop this out. And then what you do next is you come with your conical drill bit and you go only down to here. That way you make sure you got it center. And then I've got two types of these, and I come back from the top side to make sure everything's flush, because when you try and put these screens in, if they don't sit just right, they'll actually hit the fan, which makes it look a little off. And then I've got a file that I finish everything off with, and that's how I do all of it so far. I haven't found a better way yet.
I also have a question for you guys. I don't know if any of you model Conrail, but do you guys know what the G52R is, the Conrail hopper car? One of my buddies is looking for one. If you guys might have any by any chance.
put them out originally?
They're 11 panel. I don't know. I don't know any other ways to describe them.
Don't know. Don't know. You may have to take one that looks close to it and modify it.
Yeah. There's one company up in Canada that did them. We can't find any from that company. I've put in Facebook groups, everything, and no luck.
And you don't know the name of the company.
I have it on my phone somewhere. I know that.
Okay.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Lloyd. Is that stuff all gummy back stuff? The brick?
Yeah. The peeling stuff?
Yeah, peel and stick, right?
Yeah, I can't find the name of the company. There's an old railroad name, but they like flipped it around. I was from the West. I know it was. The railroad name was from the West.
I don't know. Say, Bob, how are you tonight?
Doing good.
Yeah? Staying out of trouble?
Yeah, I got a job.
He is trouble.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, got a job. It's a split shift. It's a school bus. That's that's why I haven't been here.
All right.
I got to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to start get my shift going. So
Right.
I'm lucky I'm here.
I guess you won't be sticking around afterwards.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, tomorrow I'm lucky enough to have school outing, so it's gonna be an all day shift, which will be nice.
Am I going to catch him? Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's been challenging the last couple months trying to get used to that schedule. But it's a job. Doesn't leave me much time to do anything.
Need something to feed your habit, right?
Yeah. Good thing is I'm off on weekends, so that helps with doing anything railroadish,
All right.
So so that's a plus. Okay.
Dave BNSFN scale is asking N or HO, and I'm not sure who he's asking the question to or what it's in reference to.
Yes. No.
Oh, he's asking about the hopper cars.
That's a good question. Those hopper cars you were talking about, I don't even know who it is. It says guest.
Yeah, that's me.
Who's
I'm on
me?
my phone, so I don't have the name on it.
Who's me?
Eric Hudson.
Eric.
Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that HO or N scale?
HO scale.
Okay.
Hmm.
The company you're thinking of, it wasn't PWRS, was it?
I don't. It's. Oh, I think I'm at no Pacific Western.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Yeah, PW came to mind. Do you know if anyone sells those still, or?
If they had it, it probably was one of the ones that they had manufactured for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's no more left, which tends to, especially on cars like that are hard to find, they don't last very long.
Yeah.
So unless they do another run, you may not see it again. Somebody's in twice. Bob.
Pacific Western. Let me check their website quick.
Type in your location bar PWRS.
Yeah, I'm at
Rail
their
cars.
website now.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Check products.
Andy Crawford. If you bought him, I want a board seat. My first order of business is the floor. A vote for a commitment to two rail. Oh, he's talking about Mark. Mark bought himself a line set, three rail, I guess. Don't know why. He's got a collection of everything else. So he's going to end up being a collector, not an operator. Right, Mark?
He's got a bunch of HO, lots of HO stuff.
And he's got N scale. Andy has a good point. That company, PWRS, has magnetic hoses. So when the two cars come together, before they couple, the hoses, the magnets draw each other together and they join just as it couples.
And they've got something else that just came out recently. Probably not recent anymore. They've got the immune cables.
Yes.
Not just the air hoses, but the cables themselves are now.
The MU cables. But the MU cables, you have to physically connect with the sensors. They're not automatic.
But they look oh so good.
Andy says, I don't know why you guys need that extra rail for.
Are you still on the road, Andy?
He was last night.
You mean Tuesday night?
Andy says, if you could, he doesn't understand why you guys don't, the three rail guys don't convert to studs in the striker, in the ties, and a striker plate like Markland does, because it wears out.
Just remember, Andy, you can always call in dead. If you want your day off, you got to do it that way. Well,
Lo-
hopefully this.
Got a hair dryer you can use, Lloyd?
What?
Have you got a hair dryer that you can use?
Yeah, I could probably go get one.
Well, you don't need it right away, but once you get all those stick-on things on that sheet
Mhm.
on the wall, then I would get a hair dryer and put it on fairly hot and heat it. What it does is it heats up the glue and then push them down a little bit more.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
What is on the wall now? Paint?
You mean the gray stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, gray
Well,
is.
underneath where you're putting the
Oh no, it's rough cardboard.
rough cardboard. Okay.
Yeah, it really sticks. Like I can't remove it if I do a mistake. But I don't do mistakes, so
I don't do mistakes. Okay. Famous last words.
I might screw up. But
Remember, if you can screw up, make sure you can cover it.
exactly, you got to be able to find ways to cover up your mistakes so it doesn't show.
Andy, in answer to your comment about Miniature Wonderland and they run trains for at least a year, you don't see what goes on in the background every night when they close down.
Yeah, Andy, you should show them what they're missing or what you're missing because of that.
And then they'll say, well, it's a good thing you're here. Do, 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 do.
One thing I found about these 3D parts, if anybody does these uh, renosing, they are a little bit thicker than the shell. So you have to go to the chassis and shave just a little bit off all the way around the nose part. Otherwise, it will not fit flush when you put it onto the sill. It's a pain.
See, I would do the opposite. I would take a Dremel tool and just sort of sand out the inside of the shell a little bit.
Well, these things are such fragile. And when I first pulled one out, I didn't realize how fragile they were. These are meant for a GP30, and they had these tabs just like these right here. I broke them off before I even could say, "Oh, yeah." So, please be careful when you do these things.
So if they don't fit the chassis and you got them from Shapeways,
Mm-hmm.
send a note back to Shapeways and say they're too large on the inside. They don't fit my chassis. I have to trim my chassis. They should fit. They're making that detailed part.
I think they would fit the GP35, but not the GP40, which is a different chassis. I know it's a headache. A lot more than these cats.
Don't pick on the cats. They're not picking
I'm
on you.
not. Oh, they are photobombing us
Nothing wrong with that.
without remorse.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But I don't think I just got done saying this, but I've got, hopefully by this weekend, I've got 5 of my 12 modules here. I'm hoping to put them all together to show everybody the next time I'm on.
Really?
Yeah, I can put them all together now, finally. I had my friend take me over to storage and pick them up.
Well, that'll be the day we see this.
Then
I'll
he'll get kicked out of the house because there's no room.
out of the apartment.
Even worse.
Yeah. I can always go to work and put them together.
Yeah, right. So Andy says, I'm recabling a stack of perimeter rudders at the bank ATM. When I get back to my bench, I'll make some progress on some resin cars I'm working on, in brackets, or was, last time I was in my workshop.
All I can say is poor Andy. He's been on the road longer than he's been into his workshop in the last 3 weeks.
The only thing bad about that is he only gets to see his layout every once in a while now.
Yeah.
He's working to keep himself, keep his pockets full. That's it. To stay in the house that he's in.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to see his layout really because he wants to change scale. No.
That's another thing.
He's debating on it.
No, he's definitely set on it.
Oh, he's definitely set on it. Oh, okay.
Might take a year or two before we see anything, but yeah.
Holy.
The master procrastinator.
The almighty Buck.
Lee.
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad. Stretches just like the rest of the world, don't it?
He says, I'm definitely, or most likely, changing eras. He's blaming me for that.
I think he's more like blaming scale trains for that.
No, he's blaming me. Because after I did the weathering on that thing, it made him want to do it even more. Tim.
Was it that? Hey, Tim.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Tim.
So what's going on in the discussion tonight?
Well, nothing new. We're just trying to figure out how to conquer the world again.
Same thing we do every night.
Yep.
Yeah.
One scale at a time.
And John Dilly says trains make the world go round. I watched a video today about Churchill, Manitoba. My wife is going up there next month to see the polar bears. And last year, I guess it was, they had big snow in 3 days of solid blizzard. They had so much snow up there when it melted, it took out the rail lines and everything. And they trapped 2 passenger trains up there. And the town has been without rail connection for a year.
Oh, crap.
There's no roads in either. So anything that comes in by plane or it comes in by barge. And if it comes in by barge, the barges are loaded in Montreal. It goes all the way around Quebec and Labrador and goes over the top and into Hudson Bay and then comes down into the only Arctic ship port. Takes 4 months. So, like the one guy up there, he's a dog sled operator. He has 24 dogs. And normally his food comes in on plane, and it might cost him $250, $300 every time he gets a shipment of food in for the dogs. With no rail, it costs them over $4,000 to get the food in for the dogs.
Holy.
Yeah.
I think I'd be figuring out a way to get those railroad lines open back up.
Well, it took CN about a year to get it fixed because it wasn't just in the one spot.
Is the land up there so unstable?
Well, no, it's just all the snow melt was so bad. The water flooded right out and took the tracks with it.
Oh, okay. There for a second, I was thinking it was kind of like Port of Tilmont and how their ground is just so saturated that if they even try and rebuild that line.
Well, you have to think about it. The area that they're in is normally frozen 9 months of the year where they are.
Yeah.
So when it did melt, all the snow and everything, it took everything with it.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you're interested, I put that video on my Facebook page. It's got a guy drinking a espresso in front of a shape of a polar bear where it says Espresso Cafe. It's actually quite a good video. The guy that does it, he's a comedian. And he talks about all the stuff that they're going through up there, and it's absolutely amazing. I would not be able to survive up there. Not without any real communication or connection with the outside world.
Yeah, I think we'd all be all right as long as we have a train still.
Alrighty, what did I miss?
Everything.
Okay. Now let me go find my glasses and I'll be back.
We just got back. Now you're leaving again. the guest.
Andy's going on about switching over to O scale.
Yeah, I seen something about that the other day. He's losing his mind.
He's losing his mind. Not only that, you know, the detail he likes to go into. So now it's not Proto 87. Now he's talking Proto 48. Can't get enough.
Well, all we have to do is convince him to go to N scale. He can have as much room as he wants. His helix can stay. And I'm probably going to hear it from him later.
And make it a 3-rail main helix or 4.
Oh gosh. Just imagine you can model a whole entire subdivision in just one room.
Yeah, very funny, Dave. Now I got my glasses on, I can read the chat.
We're in trouble now.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, Andy wants to operate by Wi-Fi, by internet. So
Yeah.
no one can see the details of his layout.
Well, he's got it that way so when people actually come over to visit and run trains, he's got it set up. Got that detail.
Andy's going to chew me out for N scale.
The plus with going O scale is that he doesn't have to get so small in the detail. He's
Yeah.
got more room to put finer detail in. Plus, he's got more room to put his wireless stuff in.
Oh yeah, indeed on that one.
The downside is he's switching scales. He's wanting to switch scales, and he's got to buy everything all over again and redo his layout all over again. Because I doubt he's got some of those hillsides big enough to pull HO track up, put down O scale track.
Well, he did say that he would probably do, if he goes to O scale, he'll probably do some wood framing.
And dead rail for the win.
Yeah, he did say that, yes.
Yes.
I think instead of picking all that stuff, just pick a week and be done with it.
See, what I'm planning on doing, I don't know how many times I say this. What I'm planning on doing is taking a railroad, what used to be, and bringing it into the 21st century with modern day power. Well, for me, would be like GP35s.
You're doing a what if. A what if
Yeah,
railroad.
pretty much. Pretty much. What if the rail line between, say, New Meadows and McCall was never taken up and
Yeah, what if it
survived?
survived?
And it survived World War I to be regauged to standard gauge and be still intact even well after World War II.
And see, I'm to the more modern era, and I can always run steam as excursion train.
Oh, I know it's not modern anymore.
We say it all the time. It's your railroad. You can do and run whatever you want. And you don't have to explain it.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Well, I got a question for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Since you're in the what ifs. What if your aunt was to grow or get a shorter haircut and grow a mustache? Would that make her your uncle?
No.
Unless you had something else done, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I've noticed the last couple of things you've been doing. That new splash page hasn't been up yet.
It hasn't.
Nope.
I know plenty of women that can grow a mustache.
Oh, so do I.
All right, I'll check on that 'cause I thought I switched it around.
No, I looked at it Tuesday and I'm like, oh, it's not even there yet.
I know a few that can grow beards.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I just remembered I forgot to post the show today. Alrighty, well, we've ran, or you guys have ran an hour over. I had to go do something else.
I guess that could all depend on her preferred pronoun.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have started that.
Yeah. Man, shame on Johnny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Lord, that building is starting to look pretty good, and I'm getting a squeaking sound from somebody. Let me see who that might be. And,
Me?
huh? I don't know. I just muted Bob to see if it's him. He was having computer problems. But it's kind of like when Andy's on his Apple, getting a bit of a feedback. I don't hear it now. Well, it can't be Bob because he's got his mic muted. I just, oh well, never mind. Alrighty, don't forget about next week, Wednesday. Yeah, that's getting pretty bad.
Yeah, it didn't come in until who's the guest?
That's me.
Eric.
Might be coming from him then. Mute your mic, Eric, and let's see what happens.
All right.
All right, next Wednesday we got Who's Big Bill talking to, and he's going to have everybody's very own Sparky 107107 on the show, so that's going to be interesting. We'll find out about Sparky's new building that he's working on, and whatever other shenanigans that he's getting into. I'll say that because I know he's gone to bed now. But anyway, that's about all we got left for next week. Yeah, this month it's got 5 weeks in it. The 5th week is just my show. But be sure to tune in next Wednesday for Who's Big Bill talking to, and 9 o'clock Eastern time. So y'all have a good one, and we shall catch y'all later on. Have a good weekend. Don't stand on the railroad tracks. You might get hit.
See you, Joey.
Bye.
Okay, good night.